Hi there. Welcome to my very first eBay haul. Just for a little bit of background on me, I am a current Peace Corps volunteer and I live in the small country of Moldova, which is in Eastern Europe. If you don't know where that is, it's okay because I didn't know where it was before I moved here either. I've been here for about a year and a half. And since I've been here, I got into makeup. And I also I got into buying a lot of things off of eBay because, people back home, they're busy with their lives. They don't have time to send me packages. And being that I just got into makeup, there's a couple items that I really wanted where I was fortunate enough to find online and, different things of that sort. So I've become an eBay junkie since being in the Peace Corps. And I love it because when I get those messages saying that I have a package, it just brightens my little day. So now, skip the long intro and let's get right to the products because I know that's what you guys are here for. So, first I want to start off with makeup items because I do notice that when I look at eBay hauls, one of the first things I look for are makeup items. So definitely want to give that to you all. So first I'll start off with makeup items and then I'll move on to electronics. I'll do makeup and then I'll do jewelry items and then I'll do some electronics because I'll get into that when I get to electronics. So stay tuned. Okay, so let's get started with the items that I've purchased off eBay. I first want to just give a little disclaimer. As I mentioned earlier, I do live in Moldova, so my lighting is not the best. So hopefully the things that you see are true to color, but just keep in mind that the lighting here tends to be a little dim. And also I can tell that there's like a yellow cast. I have yellow curtains, so like it's kind of showing that. So anywho, let's get to the makeup items. So one of the first items that I purchased off of eBay, actually I start with the very first makeup item that I purchased because like I mentioned earlier, I got into makeup since I've been here and it's just so much fun to play around with. But the item that I ordered is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Naturel, and it's in the color Cocoa 472. So this is how the item looks. I'm not so good at this focusing thing, so I hope you guys can see it. And then at the bottom, the same thing, 742 Cocoa. So I was really excited. So since this was my first makeup item, I really like the fact that it had a brush on it already because I did not own any. Ooh, I see dust coming off of there. I mean makeup. I didn't own any like makeup brushes, so I thought this would be really cool because it came with a makeup brush, and I'm not gonna open, well, okay, I'll go ahead and open it up because it's really messy, but as you can see, it's a mineral powder foundation. I like this powder foundation because it does make my skin look like it's glowing. However, I do think that it's just slightly too light for my skin. And so the fact that it's too light, it kind of makes me look a little ashy, which I don't like at all. But since I've purchased like a couple more makeup items, I've been able to use this as a under eye highlighter, which it makes me look absolutely gorgeous. It just makes me look like I'm just glowing from the inside out. So I do like this product. It is just a tad bit too light for me, but for a first try, I really enjoyed it. Like for a first try of like trying makeup and trying to get my color right and all of that, because being a person of color, I've noticed that it's pretty darn hard, especially overseas where, just in Europe where there's just not a lot of black people. And so I was excited to find this. If you guys want, I can do a review on this item, showing you how it looks all over, or also showing you how I use it to kind of set my under eye concealer. So I like this product. It's really cool. The next product that I ordered is a concealer palette. So I actually ordered this off of AliExpress. I don't remember the exact price I paid for it. It wasn't any more than like $5 or $6. It's falling apart, so that's why it's taking me a while to show you guys. But these are the colors that come with it. Yeah, this is how it looks. I used the concealer palette once, to be honest with you. Like today I don't have on any makeup at all. I got a little bit of lipstick on, but I don't wear makeup every day, and My face, it doesn't have a lot of breakouts. I don't have a lot of dark spots. I do have some discoloration here, but that's not anything that just a regular foundation can't fix. And so I used these two shades at one point as a concealer. I mean, it worked okay. Like, they tend to be pretty creamy. Yeah, well, that really didn't come out at all. I haven't used this palette in a long time. So, I mean, I think the color payoff is pretty decent. Like, oh, it's not swatching so good here, but, you know, the color payoff tends to be pretty decent. So, I mean, overall, seems like it's a decent product. I guess I can do a swatch. I'm new to this, so please bear with me. But this is how the swatch looks. So, I mean, it shows up. It doesn't look too bad. This color is definitely too dark for me. This color is definitely too light for me. I don't know if I was in the frame there. But this color is definitely too light for me, dark for me. This color is definitely too light for me. So, I mean, besides these three colors, the rest of these I definitely don't see myself using. It does have a very chemical makeup-y smell. So, not the biggest fan of that. But, like I said, I mean, for $5, like, they're creamy, so you know you can't be mad at that. So yeah, like I said, I got this off AliExpress, but I've seen this on eBay numerous amounts of times. I think you can even find it cheaper than $5, so just shop around. For somebody who's just getting into makeup, it's not a bad buy at all. The next item, I realized I didn't do a swatch of this L'Oreal Bare Minerals. I really want to do that for you guys really quick because I really like it when people do swatches in videos. So I'm just gonna swatch this makeup really quick. So this is how the swatch of the L'Oreal Bare Naturals look. So as you can see, it's a pretty close color match. But, and I don't know if you can see like the small like glitter of like gold shine in it or whatever, but it really highlights and makes things look really nice. But like I said, it's slightly too light. When I put it all over my face, it makes me look somewhat ashy, and I don't really like that so much. But under eye highlight, great. Okay, so moving right along, I also ordered, so another powder foundation I ordered is this e.l.f. Clarifying Pressed Powder, and it's in the color Toffee. It says that it eliminates shines, treats and prevents breakouts. As I mentioned earlier, I really don't have any issues with breakouts or anything like that, but I got it because I'm really looking for a perfect color match. I was lucky enough to get this from a buyer that sold it in 3. So I actually had 3 of these. I gave one to a friend, and then this is the one that I have that's open. It's actually a lot smaller than I was expecting it to be. Like, if you look at the size of my palm, like, it's really tiny. But I've used it a couple of times, and like, this is how it looks. I'll do a swatch of that as well. This is also too light for my skin, which is really unfortunate. As you can see right here, it's just too light. And honestly, I don't like how this makeup wears at all. It creases very quickly. It does not keep me matte. It doesn't eliminate shine for me. So you know, I've tried to use it as an under eye highlight. Didn't like that either. It really started to crease under here, and it just made me look so old. Like, I do not like creasing like that. Like, was not a fan. And also, like, this L'Oreal product, it also creased too, like right around like my smile lines and like on my forehead. I have that issue with a lot of makeup. I guess especially with powder foundations, as I'm noticing. Not so much with liquid foundations, which actually brings me to my next product. I purchased the Maybelline Superstay Makeup 24-Hour Wear. It's a micro flex formula. It says that it's no transfer and 24-hour wear. It's also in the color Cocoa. This is how the bottle looks. I've been using this now for about, I think, half a year. I bought it at the end of last year. No, bought it during the summer. That's when I bought it. Well, yeah, I bought it during the summer, but I didn't use it during the summer because makeup in the summer for me is just too much work. Like, it's melting off, and I sweat really fast, and so I just really didn't use it during the summer. But now that you know, fall and winter is here, it's actually winter now. So now that the winter is here, like, I don't sweat as much, and so I've been finding that I really like this foundation a lot. It's a dead-on color match for me. I think it might be, I don't know, it depends on the day. Like, I feel like sometimes it looks slightly too dark for me, and then the other times I feel like it looks okay. I think once I like leave it on, I don't know, I'm like half and half. Like sometimes I think it's too dark and then other times it look like it's a perfect match. Overall, it pictures very well. I have no flashback. And I do have that with the L'Oreal and also with the e.l.f. Like it just makes my skin look ashy with those two products. But this one does not like make me look ashy. Like it just makes my skin look like it's alive. When I first put it on, like once it starts to wear off a little bit, I do get oily, and I just have to blot with it. But even after I blot, it looks like I've just done my makeup. So I actually really like this product a lot. I bought this item twice. The first time I bought it, it was $9.86. And it came from a seller, I think in Australia. And it came really quickly. And then I bought it a second time. It was like $4.95. So really like this makeup. And yeah, the second time I bought it for a friend and they love it too. So highly recommend this. Does it stay on all day? I think it does, but you will get oily if you have oily skin and you will need to blot with it. So definitely worth the buy. 10 bucks, you know, can't beat that. The next makeup item I bought was an NYC Big Bold Bronzing Powder in the color Manhattan. And as you can see, as you can hear, sadly enough, when it made its way to me, it was all crumbled up and broken. So I actually have not used this bronzing powder at all, simply because, you know, it's all crunched up. And I know that I can repress it and flatten it out and make it useful. However, here in Moldova, they don't have rubbing alcohol. So I'm gonna have to wait until I get back to the States to try this out. So I don't know if it's good or not. I just did a swatch of it. It looks like it's too light for my skin, but maybe that's how bronzers are supposed to be. Maybe after I sheer it out, it's supposed to look okay. Like, I don't know. I still feel like it looks kind of bright for me. I don't know. So maybe I'll try to use it at some point. Maybe I'll just try to like fluff my brush over it and see if it'll work that way. But that product, it cost, how much was that product? I think it cost like $4 or $5. I guess I didn't write it down, but I think it was only like $4 or $5. So that's that item. The next item that I bought is a knockoff beauty blender. It is dirty because I have used it. I absolutely love this sponge. I had been using brushes up to this point, and I noticed with the brushes that like the makeup, it just looks cakey and it like sits on my skin. But with this item, I really like blends into the skin. It just looks like it's like a natural finish, and so I really like this. I mean, it looks really dirty because my makeup tends to be darker than most because I'm dark skinned or whatever, so that's why it looks super dirty. But I haven't actually used it that many times. I've probably used it like 4 or 5 times and it gets this bad, so I definitely need to wash it. But I just want to say I actually really like this product. I don't know how it compares to the Real Beauty Blender because I've never had the Real Beauty Blender, but as you can see, like I'm putting a pretty decent amount of force in it. It's not that fluffy, and this is me actually putting force into it, and so it's pretty stiff. And the first couple of times I used it, it actually did hurt. I was like, why is this thing feeling like I'm poking myself in the eye? And I did the whole setting it in water, but I think I didn't set it in water too long. Like just a week ago when I last used it, I put it in the water and I squeezed it so that all the water could absorb into it, and I let it go, and then I let it sit for like 2 or 3 minutes, and that really helped to soften it up. And actually ever since I've done that, it feels slightly softer. So highly recommend this. This item was 99 cents. That's a steal. But you know, if it being kind of stiff is going to bother you, then I wouldn't recommend it. But if you don't care, and as long as you let it sit in the water for a little bit, it will soften up, you know, to a usable softness. Highly recommend this product. I actually really like it. It's been a game changer for my makeup.